Hey bear climbers, today we have a special episode introducing Whippy the Whippet. I'm going to show you how to DIY a dog climbing harness. Let's roll the intro and get started. Well, first things first, introduce Whippy. She is a 7-year-old Whippet, not a greyhound, as everyone asks when they first see her. Is that a greyhound? No, this is a Whippet. Top speed, 35 miles an hour, squirrel hunting, couch potato. So, I'm going to show you how you'd rig up a harness to safely pull up a dog. Now, I have to say a few things first here. Get some things out of the way. I doubt your dog would like to be going up a cliff. This is kind of be like a emergency situation. Insert emergency situation scenario here. Timmy's in the well, except plot twist, Timmy's the dog, and you have to get Timmy out. So how would you do that? You can't put a rope around her neck and pull her out. You'd end up probably breaking her neck or something. So how would you safely pull this dog and lift it out of somewhere? Let's say this is the fastest way to get out of a situation would be lowering the dog off a cliff to get somewhere, something like that. Anyway, let me show you how you do it first with only a rope, and then I'll show you how to do it with maybe a Swami belt. Also, there are climbing harnesses for dogs on the market that you could use. Just make sure if you get a dog harness, make sure it's rated for a climbing harness. You don't want to get one with plastic buckles because those could snap and then your dog could go flying. It's not fun. Okay, so let's get started. Okay, so the first thing we're going to use is this black climbing rope. Another couple things I'd like to say is if she looks a little bit nervous, it's because that she thinks there might be a 600-foot squirrel outside, and she would be afraid of that because she bullies squirrels all day. Also, there's no animals that will be harmed in the making of this video. There might be some animal testing, but there's no harm going to come to Whippy. She's perfectly safe, so don't worry. Let's see. So let's set up this rope. Now, I'll say this. If you're going to put the rope around the dog, you have to make sure, or even around yourself, if you're going to make yourself a harness, there are choke points, and you want to be wary of that. You don't want to cut off any circulation like within a work harness. Actually, you know what? I'll show you what I mean by that. This here is a work harness that workers in America, all over America, probably hundreds of thousands or millions of workers are using today, and it's no good for hanging around in. Okay, I'll show you what I mean. As soon as I clip that in there, the only thing it's good for is not hitting the ground, okay? After that, ain't good for nothing. Why? Because these leg loops right here actually cut off your circulation, and you have 5 minutes to get up and out of it, or else the blood in your legs dies. And when they lower you down, that dead blood goes into your body, and then you die anyway. So this is a terrible design, and we don't want to do this to our dog, which is my point for hanging like this. I should probably get out of this really soon. Yeah, I wouldn't even want to put my dog in one of those climbing harnesses. Okay, so I might have said some of this already, but I'm just going to use just a climbing rope. So this wouldn't be the most comfortable situation. If you're looking for the most comfort to give your dog while going up a cliff, probably don't go up the cliff at all. Your dog probably won't like it. But I mean, this would be like an emergency situation where all you had was a climbing rope, and there are dog harnesses on the market. I think I said that already. So the first thing that we're gonna do, I'll just hop right into it, is we're gonna tie a figure eight, a bunny ear figure eight. I covered that in a video. I'll link it here. So we're gonna do a bunny ear figure eight. I'll just do that real quick. Right here. Okay, just like that. Now, for time's sake, I'm not going to cinch it up perfectly, and I'd rather a little bit more so I could tie a double fisherman back here to have some backup. But this is going to be the rear leg loops. Okay, Whippy, step right in there. Okay. Now there's nothing like this on the internet of its kind, so I kind of had to create this all myself, and a little bit of trial and error, and I think that it's the most secure, wiggle-free, wiggle-proof way to secure a dog in case of some kind of situation where you had to get it off the cliff or something like that, or get it out of a well, I don't know what. So we're gonna have these leg loops here. That's gonna support her hind end, just like that. Check it, that's all nice. Gonna try to make it as comfortable as I can for you, Whippy. Okay, there we go. Now for this end over here, her front end, we're going to want to support her front torso and not over here. We're gonna do her rib cage and support her skeletal structure. So what we're gonna do with this part is tie a bowline on a coil, which I covered in the video. I'll put it over here. We're gonna do a bowline on a coil here. I'll go over that quickly as well. We're gonna do a little loop here with this rope facing down like this, and this rope over on top. So it's a little loop like that. And we're gonna go around 6 times. The more loops you have, the more thick it'll be. I guess it all depends on what size dog you have. But the more loops, the more padding you'd have. So we're gonna step her over 6 loops. Probably wiggle this table. Okay, that's 1. Okay. It's 1 loop. Do 2. You want this pretty tight, not really tight, but just snug. Not choking the dog or anything like that. We gotta make it snug though. Okay, so my father actually used to put me in a bowline in a coil when I was a kid because they didn't have climbing harnesses back in the day. So I'd be in a bowline in a coil, which actually would teach you not to fall because, damn, it hurt. So you climb things you didn't really want to fall on. Okay, that's where we at. 1, 2, 3, 4 back here. 4, 5. We're gonna do one more. One more, Whippy. And 6. Okay. So now we got 6 loops around her on the rib cage. Move back a little bit more. So here's that loop that we had. I'm going to take this rope and feed it through this loop. We're gonna go around, or should I say under this one. And I'm gonna go back through this, completing a bowline. And this gives me, this fell down a little bit. Okay, this gives me this loop here, which I thought was pretty cool because I could put this over here. And then I figured it'd be really nice to give us a twist right here, support her chest. And then if I get a locker, I could lock right here and then clip to this backmost one, and this will stop it from riding backwards and coming back here. So now she's supported here, she's supported back here, and she's supported over here. So that's pretty cool. I think this needs to be twisted a little bit more, like that. Okay, so I'm not gonna clean this up too much for sake of time. And then I would tie an overhand here, just like this, and get another locker and haul like this. Now I'll show you guys a little test of what it looks like. Are you ready for your first ascent, Whippy? Okay, we're just gonna do it for a couple seconds because there's no point in doing this for too long. Let's see. Ready? Okay. So this is what it would look like. And you haul her up or lower her down, whatever. So I don't think she'll be able to wiggle out of that. And then you get her down to safety or wherever the heck is going on. And it's much better than pulling her up from her neck or anything like that. So yeah, this is, I don't know, makeshift dog harness out of rope. I'm gonna show you a way. I'd show you probably my preferred method if I had a little bit more than rope. Let's cut to something else I would do right about now. Okay, Whippy, just a little bit more video and I'll get you, you're done. She's like, I didn't sign up for this. Okay, so honestly, before I was even able to get in a harness, my dad would pull me up the side of a cliff with a haul bag. And I think this would be the best for the dog. You put him in the haul bag. Hopefully you have a haul bag. You stuff them in there. Let's say it's an emergency situation, stuff them in there. And they don't see what's going on. They don't see the side of the cliff. They're in there, they're secured, and these things are rated for a lot of weight. I doubt the manufacturer would ever say you should haul a person up with it, but suppose you could tie them and then tie them in there, and then so they can't jump out, can't get out. They're secured, you know, they're all zipped up, and everything would be perfectly hunky-dory. I think that would be the best method for the dog and for you to do. It'd be a lot quicker too. You just get them in the bag and get them down. Okay, so I thought this video should be made because there's no video like it. I guess it's just educational. I hope we never have to do this. I don't think Whippy enjoys being in a bag very much. But if you liked it, well, I'll do the outro now. Let me get Whippy out of the bag. What's the saying go? Cat's out of the bag? Well, it's time's the dog out of the bag. Well, she's gonna get some extra treats tonight. So I think the best way to prevent something bad from happening is probably thinking about it before it ever even happens. So, I mean, I think this video is a good one to make. It should be educational. I wouldn't want to do that every day with a dog. I doubt they'd like to go up the side of a cliff. But, hey, to each their own. Maybe some dogs do enjoy it. If you enjoyed watching it, if you enjoyed the video, I thought it was a good video to make, go ahead and hit like, subscribe. Here's my Instagram. Comment below. Let me think what you would do differently. Would you tie it differently? Send me some stuff. I don't know how else you'd do it. Okay, Josh Perry, climbing out of this video. See you next week. Next Saturday. Make a video every Saturday. Bye-bye. Whippy, you coming? No? Okay. Hey everybody, I had to add a second section to this video because I feel like I made a bit of a flaw in my first design. So, introducing version 2.0. This is my other Whippet, bolts, and I'm using tubular webbing. Everything is almost exactly the same, and if I could get them to balance on this rickety table, I'll show you what I changed differently. There's only two differences in this one and the last one you just watched me do. One is I got rid of the beaner here and I just manually fed it through the bottom here. And the second, which is the crucial part, is I added an overhand right here. Before I just clipped it in. I think this is crucial because this is the working end of the bow line. This is really the end that you want to be pulling on, not this end. So I think this overhand placed here is the most important because if he or she or whatever falls out of this, then this end could go through there and just mess up the whole system. So I think this is a crucial addition to the system. Also, why use tubular webbing? Well, it's much more comfortable for the dog and you don't have to use your rope because this is 20 feet of tubular webbing. So that would have been 20 feet of rope, and this is like a medium-sized dog. And also, it's much more comfortable because he's a male, which means he has... so it's just much more comfortable for him. So anyway, I just wanted to add that. I didn't want to make the video much more longer, but I had to add that. I think it was crucial. So, I guess I'll be climbing out of this one again. See you guys next week.